Now, in this session, we will try to understand the predefined code given in the activity Java file, that is this file. First, let me write this code on the board, then I will try to explain you. Now, when you create a new Android application using Studio, your overall Studio folder structure will look like this. Now, assume that in our application we have one screen, which means one activity. From now onwards, I will be calling every screen as activity. So, whenever I say activity, I mean it is a screen. So, let us say in our application we have an activity. We know that for one activity there will be two files, one Java file which contains some code like this, and one XML file which contains the screen design of your activity. Now, in this session, I am going to discuss more about this Java code. But before talking about this Java code, first try to keep in mind the folder structure sequence of your XML screen design. Your XML screen design file name is activity_main.xml, which is available inside layout folder, and layout folder is inside resource folder. So try to keep this sequence in mind, because we will be using this sequence while running the application, that is resource, layout, activity_main. Now let me explain about Java code. If you observe the first line of Java code, which is package com.palleuniversity.third application. This line is basically saying this main activity.java file is stored in a package folder with name com.palleuniversity.third application. Let me show you in my system where exactly this main activity.java file is stored. Here, if you observe your Android Studio, this application name is third application, which I have stored in E drive Palle University folder. So let me open that E drive Palle University folder to understand what is this package com.palleuniversity.third application. This package is available within Java folder, and Java folder is available in app folder. Here I have opened E drive Palle University folder. Here you can observe third application. In third application, let me open app folder, because our folder structure is completely within app folder. So I am going to show you in the hard disk where exactly that Java file is stored. App, src, all your Java code which is source code will be available in the src folder. In this src folder, let me open main folder. Here can you see there are two folders, Java folder and resource folder. This resource folder and Java folder. Let me open Java folder. Now, what is your package name? com.palleuniversity.third application. So inside this Java folder, it would have created three folders. One inside that, second folder, inside this third folder, and inside this folder it would have stored your main activity.java file. That is the meaning of package statement. Let me open com Palle University folder and third application folder. You can observe your main activity Java file is located here. That is the meaning of first statement. Now, if you observe second statement is import statement. The meaning of import statement is this import keyword is used to import or include predefined Android classes into your file. For example, in our Java file, we are using a predefined class called as app_compat_activity. So if I expand this import statement, you can observe we are importing or we are including that class so that after importing, programmer can use this class anywhere within his or her class. As of now, remember only this much. You can imagine import statement is something like hash include stdio.h in C programming language. What is the purpose of hash include stdio.h? That will include predefined header file with the name stdio into your class. Similarly, here import is used to include predefined classes of Android. So that is not more important for us. Let me start our important code. That is third statement. Public class main activity extends app compat activity. Let me divide this third line into two expressions. First one is public class main activity and the second expression is extends app compat activity. First let me explain first part of the expression. What is public class main activity? It is very simple. Since Android is based on Java syntax and since Java language is an object oriented programming language, whatever the code you want to write in a Java file, that code should be written within the class. That is the reason why our code is written within the class. Blindly remember, every class will have one open curly brace and one close curly brace. Whatever the code you want to write, that code should sit within those curly braces, not outside the curly brace. That is a basic rule of Java. You can observe one more important point here. Tell me what is your Java file name? Main activity. What is your public class name? Main activity. So this is one more rule of Java. The public class name of a file should be same as the file name. Since Android internally uses Java rules, so as an Android programmer, you should follow Java rules. That is the first expression. Coming to the second expression, extends app compat activity. In terms of Java, this extends app compat activity says that your main activity class is inheriting the properties of app compat activity. But in common man language, in case if you are not a familiar object oriented programmer, in that case extends app compat activity means this code is not a plain Java code, this code is an activity code or this code is a screen code. That is what you have to keep in mind. So from now onwards, keep in mind, whenever you want to write some code for your activity or screen, that class should definitely use this keyword extends app compat activity, so that Android system will understand this is not a normal Java code, this code belongs to a screen or an activity. That is third line. Now coming to the fourth line, @override protected void on create. So basically I will be talking more about this on create, which is a method. Methods will look like this: open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Here on create is a predefined method. How to identify whether it is a predefined method or programmer written method? It's very simple. Whatever the method comes with @override symbol, you should understand that is a predefined method of Android framework. Now if you observe this on create method, inside on create method there are two statements: super.onCreate and set content view r.layout.activity_main. In this session, this method is more important. Let me explain more clearly about this method. In order to understand onCreate method, let me take one more pictorial representation. Just like every room will have an entry point, similarly every application will contain an entry point from where the actual execution process will start. For example, every Java application will contain an entry point called as public static void main method. So main method is the entry point for Java application, which means when you execute a Java application, your Java application execution will start from this point. Similarly, every Android application will contain many screens. Each screen will contain its own entry point. It is something like if your house is having 2 rooms, every room will have its own entry point or door. Similarly, every Android application probably may contain many activities or many screens. In that case, every activity will contain one entry point. That entry point is called as onCreate method. Remember, a Java application will contain only one entry point, whereas in an Android application, every screen and every activity will contain its own entry point called as onCreate method. So there is no main method concept in Android application. Same thing I have represented pictorially here. Now some people will also call it as either entry point of activity, that is this onCreate method can be called as entry point for your activity, or you can also call it as first life cycle method of your activity, because the life of an activity or the life of a screen will start from this method. So this method can be called as first life cycle method of activity. In fact, there are many life cycle methods. In the ongoing sessions, we will see what are the other life cycle methods of an activity. Mark it as important for interviews. First life cycle method of activity is onCreate method. With this understanding, let me go back to the code one more time. Now, let us say when I run this application will be given to Android system, and Android system will display the output on the mobile phone. Now, when I run this application will be given to Android system. Android system also knows that this application contains only one screen, and the same screen should be displayed in the mobile phone as output. But the problem is, we know that every activity will contain 2 files. One is Java file and another is XML file. Now the biggest problem is whether this Android system will jump to Java file or XML file. As per the previous session, tell me what is the entry point for every activity? The entry point for a screen is onCreate method. So based on the same grounds or based on the same rules, so Android system will always jump to your Java file and it will enter into onCreate method. So I repeat, whenever you run any application, Android system will jump to Java file first, not XML file. The first line of onCreate method is super.onCreate with something as a parameters, with something within the parenthesis. In terms of Java language, super.onCreate means this line will call your parent class onCreate method. But in common man's terms, in case if you are not a object oriented programming language expert, in that case the meaning of super.onCreate is this statement will basically go to your phone and it will create one empty container. This statement will create one empty container on your phone. You may be wondering, what is the purpose of this empty container? Because before loading the screen onto the phone, there should be one empty window or empty container which can hold your screen. It is something like this. Let us say I have some water. How will you hold this water? Obviously you need some container or bowl, correct? Similarly, in order to load a screen into phone, first of all you need a container. So first we are calling super.onCreate, which will create empty container on the phone. After that, observe next line, which is more important. Set content view. This is a predefined method of Android. Observe what is there within the set content view. Before starting Java code, I told you to remember this folder structure of your screen design. Your screen design name is activity_main.xml, which is in resources and layout folder. Read in this direction, resources.layout dot activity underscore main. Now read this. R for resources dot layout dot activity underscore main. So basically what this set content view method is doing, this set content view method is requesting Android system to jump to resource folder in the application, and within the resource folder jump to layout folder, and within the layout folder jump to activity underscore main.xml, and whatever the screen design is available, load this screen design onto the phone. So finally, after executing this line, your Android system will display this output on the mobile phone. This is the overall Android program execution process. Here I want to make few important notes. OnCreate is the entry point of every activity. OnCreate can also be called as first lifecycle method of an activity. And the last important point is, programmer should simply write this method. Who will call this method? It will be automatically called by Android system. When you run the application, Android system will automatically enter and Android will automatically call this method. Since this method is automatically called by Android system, this method can also be called as callback method. Let me write callback method. So with this we have completely understood what is this code all about. Now as an assignment, try to remove this line and execute the program and tell me what will happen. Obviously, the main purpose of set content view method is this will load your screen design onto the phone. If you remove this line, automatically this screen design will not be displayed on the phone. So when you run this application without this line, it will show only empty window. Now try to remove this line and execute the program. So it is something like this line will create one empty container. If you remove this line, obviously you are trying to load a screen design without a container. So what will happen? Can you hold water without container? Not possible. Similarly, based on the same grounds, this application will crash. Crash means just try to run this application by removing this line. You will understand the meaning of crash. When you run the application, a small pop-up window will be displayed saying, unfortunately, your application is stopped. That means there is some major mistake in your application. I hope you understood this session.